Okay, question 3. This question is asking me to do 1.83 times by 47. This is a long multiplication question. There are a number of different methods you can use to do this, but essentially what it's asking you is, do you know your 4 and 7 times tables? The way I lay this out is to write my 183 down and my 47. I ignore the decimal point and put that in at the end. I'm going to times everything along the top by 7. So I know 7 times 3 is 21. I know that 7 times by 8 is 56, plus 2 is 58. I know that 7 times 1 is 7, plus the 5 is 12. I've now completed timesing 183 by 7. I now need to times through by this digit, but that 4 is 10 times bigger than the 7, therefore all the other digits need to be one place along. In fact, the other way of thinking about it is that 4 is worth a 40 effectively, so that's why I will place a 0 here, and that's the biggest mistake people forget. They forget to put their 0 in. So I'm now going to do 4 times each of these digits in that order. So 4 times 3 is 12, 4 times by 8 is 32, plus 1 is 33, 4 times by 1 is 4, plus 3 is 7. I'll add these up now. 1 and 0 is 1, 8 and 2 is 10, 2 and 3 is 5, plus the 1 is 6, 1 and 7 is 8. So I said at the start I will remove my decimal point and place them in at the end. Looking here, I've got 2 digits immediately after the decimal point. There are none here. So I can go to my question and start at the furthest right and place my decimal point 2 places in. So from here, go along 1, 2, put my decimal point in, and that's where I can put it. Now, the other way to think about this is 1.83 is very similar and close to the number 2. 2 lots of 40 is about 80, so I know that I'm roughly in the right ballpark by writing down 86.01. Okay, question 4 is asking me to write the number 2085 in figures. Now, it's very tempting to write 285 down, but that's only 285. What happens is a lot of people put an extra 0 in because they realize they need 2000. That is not correct. We need to think about our thousands, hundreds, tens and units columns that we learnt in previous lessons. 2000 appears in the thousands columns, 85 appears in the tens and units columns, and I need to put 0 hundreds in, so that's my 2085. Write the number 8108 in words. This is units, tens, hundreds and thousands. So I've got 5,000, 100 and 8. Now I really should have written those two words as 5 and 1. Okay, write down the value of 9 in the number 2.96. Okay, so this is knowing that the 2 is 2 units, the 9 is 9 tenths. So in fact we could either write down 9 tenths or we could write down 0.9. Okay, question 4 part D asks us to write down 157 correct to the nearest 10. So this is my tens column here. So it's either going to be a 5 or a 6. So we need to ask ourselves the question, is this closest to 160 or 150? And it's the 7 that gives that away to us. So I know that it's 160. Because the 7 would round it up. If it was less than 5, it would stay as 150.